Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 4 of What If Naruto was trained by Kaguya. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting What If Naruto created his own village. So yeah, stay in tune and check out that and enjoy as well. And also, on Anime King 2, and if this is the first time you're hearing of Anime King 2, I'll be leaving a link at the top of the description for you guys to check out. So go ahead and click on that link and it will bring you to my second channel, Anime King 2. And if you enjoy the 100 plus what ifs over there, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and be a part of the channel. So, today I'm going to be posting Uchiha Naruto, the Sage, and also Naruto, the God of Shinobi. So stay in tune for all of the lovely what ifs coming your way, and thank you all for your help and your support. And remember guys, if you're new, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family. And also comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So, to do a little bit of a recap, Naruto burst out of his grave and shocked everyone, as Tsunade and the others couldn't believe what they were seeing. The envoys then surrounded Naruto, as Tsunade didn't know what was going on here, as she personally went over the autopsy when Naruto died. So she didn't know who this was. Could this be an imposter? But Naruto explained and told them a few things, and he told them a few things about their past, making them surprised. How could this be? Naruto then told them that he was alive the entire time, while the Kyuubi was healing his heart. As Tsunade was shocked to hear that. She couldn't believe 3 years Naruto has been in that box and he was alive. She then sent for one of the envoys to get contact with Jiraiya and get him back at the village immediately. Tsunade then gave Naruto a room in the Shinobi district to stay. It was then a bunch of villagers find out where Naruto is at now, as they heard that the demon came back to the village from the dead. So they want to send him back to hell. And Naruto also met Bonnie, the thing inside of him that Kaguya gave him, the present that she told him she was going to give him at the end of their training, as Bonnie told Naruto that he was here to help him and guide him. The seal that Kaguya also gave Naruto, Naruto used the chains and wrapped around Kurama, subduing him, put him to sleep, as he then could feel Kurama's power going through his body that he can use at will. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys have to check out the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Naruto was currently standing at his door as the villagers are there. One of them picked up a rock as he threw it towards Naruto's face. Naruto caught the rock as he looked down on it in his palm, as he squeezed it and turned it into dust. He then looked at the villagers. You all think that I'm still that same little idiot kid that you guys used to pick on. It was then the atmosphere started to change. The people felt something coming. It was then hard to breathe. Most of them dropped on their knees. The man that threw the stone looked at Naruto. What is going on? He said. Oh, said Naruto. It's just finally time that I fight back. Naruto then raised his hand up in the air. Naruto, said a voice, as Naruto stopped and turned to see Tsunade with 2 envoys at her side. What is the meaning of this? Tsunade asked. You should be asking them, said Naruto. They're the one that came here and disturbed me. They even threw stones after me. As the atmosphere then went back to normal, the people then started to catch their breaths as Tsunade looked at Naruto, as she felt the presence when she arrived, as she wondered what is that power. She then looked at the villagers. All of you, go home before I throw you into jail. The villagers grumbled as they all went away, as most of them were now scared of Naruto. Naruto, what exactly were you going to do? Tsunade asked, as she saw him raise his hand up in the air. Nothing much, said Naruto, as he started to walk back to his door. Inform me when Jiraiya gets here, alright? He then went inside and shut the door, as Tsunade narrowed her eyes, as she couldn't wait for Jiraiya to get here. No one could just come back from the dead like that, something is up. She then headed off with her envoy as she assigned another envoy to watch Naruto. Naruto went in. As he sat down, he then lied down on his bed as he looked up at the ceiling. Wonder how Pervy Sage is going to react tomorrow, he wondered to himself as he closed his eyes to get some sleep. The next morning, Naruto woke up as he was sitting in his living room. There was then a knock on his door. As he got up and walked to the door, he opened it to see a purple-eared envoy standing there. Your presence is required at the Hokage's tower, the envoy said. Do I know you? Naruto asked. The envoy just looked at him. Yeah, I know you, said Naruto. I remember. Long time ago, when the old man, Sarutobi, usually sent the envoys to watch over me. You were one of them, said Naruto. As he scratched the back of his head. For the love of me, I can't remember your name. Can you tell me? Naruto asked. As the envoy looked at him, as she reached up and removed her mask, showing her face. My name is Yujeo. I am surprised that you remember me, Naruto. Oh, so you remember me as well? Naruto asked. Yes, I do, she said, that smile on her face. So, has Pervy Sage arrived at the village yet? Naruto asked. Pervy Sage? Yujeo asked, confused. Oh, you know him as Jiraiya. So why do you call him Pervy Sage? Yujeo asked. It's just a nickname, said Naruto. So, the Hokage has called me. Alright, let's go. As Naruto and Yujeo headed off. A couple minutes later, Naruto arrived as he entered the door. Instantly, something appeared in front of him, as it then grabbed Naruto, as it was Jiraiya who gave Naruto a hug, as he couldn't believe the news when he heard it, that Naruto was still alive, but now that he was here. Jiraiya then broke the hug as he looked at Naruto. Naruto, how is this possible? Said Jiraiya. In the room, there was Sakura, Kakashi, Tsunade, Shizune and Jiraiya. Naruto looked at Jiraiya. Well, I already told them, but I guess I can tell you as well. I wasn't really dead. I was in an afterlife state, while the Kyuubi was healing my heart. But you humans, you thought I was dead. As Tsunade narrowed her eyes at Naruto, humans? He speaks like if he's not a human anymore, she thought to herself. So, where were you exactly? Were you conscious? Could you sense and feel everything that was happening around you? Jiraiya asked. Well, not exactly. I was conscious, but I was in a white empty void, where I couldn't really tell what was going on in the real world. But there, I could continue what I was doing, training and all that. But it was really boring. I had nothing to do but look out into the emptiness, while my body was being buried here, said Naruto, as a tear ran out of Sakura's eye, knowing that all this time Naruto has been alive, as she hasn't had the guts to say something to Naruto yet. She doesn't know why, but she hasn't spoke to him yet. She also wondered, what are his feelings towards Sasuke now? Was he determined to bring Sasuke back to the village, or kill him for what he did? But she will find that out soon. But, said Jiraiya, your body is still in perfect condition. For being in a box for so long, you didn't eat, get any water, anything. So how is this possible? Well, I don't really know exactly what happened, but I'm fine now, said Naruto. So why did you guys summon me? He asked. Is there something going on? As soon as Naruto said that, someone burst through the door. It was a Chunin. As the Chunin didn't pay mind at anything that was going on, he quickly rushed up to Tsunade. Lady Hokage, we have an urgent message from the Sand. What is it? Tsunade asked. The Kazekage Gaara. He has been kidnapped by the Akatsuki. Damn it, said Tsunade as she squeezed her fist. And also, the Kazekage younger brother has been poisoned by one of the Akatsuki members, and the Sand Village need help right away. Tsunade took the scroll as the Chunin ran out. as she started to rack her brain to who to send on this mission. Hey, Lady Tsunade, said Naruto, as everyone turned their attention on him. Why don't you send us on this mission? Tsunade looked at Naruto. Naruto, I don't think that is the best thing right now. Come on, said Naruto. I have been in a box for 3 years. I need to stretch my legs. Do something. She then looked at Sakura. Well, they do need a medic. As she looked at Kakashi, Kakashi, are you up for this? She asked. Kakashi just gave her a nod. Alright. Team 7 will be going out on the mission to retrieve the Kazekage and get any information on the Akatsuki. Naruto, before you leave, I want to talk to you about something, said Jiraiya. Sure. As both Naruto and Jiraiya walked off. Sakura, go get packing, said Tsunade as Sakura went off. Kakashi then turned to Tsunade. Lady Hokage, what about Naruto's ninja skills? Yes, I was thinking about that, but for right now, we can't worry about that. You guys need to go and try to rescue the Kazekage, and I will send a backup team as soon as possible, said Tsunade as Kakashi nodded. While Jiraiya and Naruto started to walk as they headed towards the gate since Naruto didn't really have anything to pack. Naruto, I wanted to talk to you about the 90th fox inside of you, said Jiraiya. When he was healing your heart, did you have any contact with him? Jiraiya asked Naruto. Not really, said Naruto. I only saw him when he finished healing my heart and I was ready to wake up. So, all that time, you have just been alone in the empty white void? Jiraiya asked, completely serious. Yeah, it was pretty boring, said Naruto. As Jiraiya noticed Naruto's attitude, it was not like the same Naruto who he knew back then, that was cheery and always happy. Something was wrong, but he just couldn't put his finger on it. Or was it just someone being buried in a box for 3 years? He didn't understand it fully. Naruto, I want you to keep your emotions on check for this mission, alright? Why would you say that? Naruto asked. Because the fox inside of you draw off of raw emotion, anger. Don't let your feeling of the Kazekage judge your mind in this mission. Don't worry about that. Everything's gonna be okay, said Naruto, as they arrived at the gate. So what about you, Pervisage? What are you gonna do now? Naruto asked, as Jiraiya smiled, hearing Pervisage, Naruto call him that. Well, for now, I'll just continue gathering information. So, have you found out anything else about the Akatsuki? Naruto asked. Huh? Said Jiraiya. I asked you if you find out anything else about the Akatsuki. No, I heard you, said Jiraiya. But you're interested in that? Yeah. Before I kind of died, you told me that the Akatsuki was coming after me, right? So where are they now? Well, their location. I don't have the information on that yet, but I have gotten a lot of information about them. Seeing that they travel in two-man team. As for right now, my spy network has gathered information on Itachi, Kisame, and another member that came from the Hidden Stone that has the ability to use explosion. Go by Deidara. Deidara, huh? Said Naruto as he scratched the back of his head. So, these guys are extra criminal, am I right? Yes, Naruto, before your whole situation happened, I was going to take you on a 3-year training trip. So how do you feel your skills are right now? A smirk then came on Naruto's face. Don't worry, Pervisage, I have got this. It was then that Sakura and Kakashi arrived. You ready, Naruto? Kakashi asked. Naruto nodded. See you later, Pervisage, he said, as he went off with his team. Jumping to the trees, Kakashi then spoke. Temari of the Sand should be somewhere around here. Lady Tsunade told me that she just left the village. To his word, they then saw Temari as she was walking calmly. The three of them then dropped down. She turned around as she looked at them. What's going on? She asked. Naruto was the one that spoke as Temari looked at him, as she remembered what happened and that he was dead. But she heard the news that he came back, but she didn't believe it, and now that she's seen it with her eyes. But what she heard, she couldn't think of that for the moment. The Sand Village has been what? Attacked, said Naruto, and they have taken the Kazekage And your other brother, Kankuro, he has been poisoned. Alright, no time to waste. Let's go, said Temari as they start to hop from tree to tree again. While Sakura was hopping from tree to tree as she was glancing at Naruto behind her. The both of them eyes met as she quickly turned around. Naruto then hopped forward as he came beside her as the both of them were hopping from tree to tree now. She then turned and faced him as Naruto had a smirk on his face. Sakura, what's wrong? He said. As Sakura looked at him. What do you mean? She asked. Well, since I've gotten back, you haven't said a word to me. Aren't we friends anymore? Yes, of course we're friends, Naruto. It's just, I don't know what to say. What do you mean? He asked. Well, back then, I always treated you so badly, while I always put Sasuke on a pedestal. And then I heard that he killed you, and I thought that even in death you will hate me for the way I treated you back then. As a tear came at her eye, Naruto then placed a hand on her shoulder. Don't worry, everything is fine now. She then looked at him as he had a smirk on his face again. Really? She asked him. Yeah, trust me, everything is fine, he said, as they continued to hop from tree to tree. She then looked on Naruto. So, Naruto, what are your goals about Sasuke right now? I mean, how do you stand? Do you want to bring him back, or do you want to get revenge? Well, I can't answer that question right now, said Naruto. What do you mean? Sakura asked. Don't worry, you'll find out soon enough, he said, as they continued to hop and Naruto went silent. As Temari stayed back with Kakashi, as she looked at Naruto was hopping from tree to tree. Is that really him? She asked. As Kakashi looked over at her, what do you mean? Well, I saw from my own eyes. The day that you brought him in to the morgue, he was dead. I was there with Gaara and Kankuro. So, how is he alive? Well, that is a mystery that none of us know about. But for right now, we just have to keep an eye on him, said Kakashi. As he then focused on Naruto, as something was strange. He couldn't put his finger on it, but something was strange. It took them a little while, but they arrived to the sand village. As they quickly went in, Sakura then went to do her thing, helping out Kankuro with the other medics. Naruto, Kakashi, they wait outside as Sakura do her thing. It was then an old woman started to walk up to them. As Naruto narrowed his eyes at the woman, she then looked at Naruto and then to Kakashi. White Fang, the woman said, as she rushed forward, as she brought her fist out. But Naruto jumped in the way in front of Kakashi. It was then that Lady Chiyo saw something. She couldn't explain it, but her entire body froze. As she then stopped, she put down her fist as she took a step back. Chiyo, what's going on? Her brother asked. As she looked at Naruto. As the man then looked at Kakashi. Remember, the White Fan died years ago. You celebrated that night when you heard of it. So, that man is not him. But Lady Chiyo was still not talking, as she didn't understand what she just felt from this boy in front of her. She then snapped out of it and let out a laugh. Oh yeah, I forgot. While keeping an eye on Naruto. While Kakashi was also eyeing Naruto, as he saw the woman just simply back down when Naruto came face to face with her. Naruto then walked off, as he went over to a chair and sat down, as he leaned his head back on the wall and closed his eyes. While Lady Chiyo entered the room, but she kept her eye on Naruto as she entered the room, as Kakashi sat in a chair a distance away from Naruto, as Naruto closed his eyes as he went into his mindscape. As he arrived in the mindscape, "Hey Bunny," said Naruto, as Bunny appeared out of darkness in front of him. "Did you do that?" Naruto asked. "What are you talking about?" Bunny said, as he chuckled. "Well, you scared that old lady, didn't you?" "Perhaps," said Bunny. "How did you do that?" Naruto asked. "Is that one of your abilities?" "Well, one of them, and many more." So, let me ask you something that I didn't ask you. Are you like powerful as a bijou or something like that? Well, I am not a part of the Jobe, if that's what you're asking. I am Kaguya's main, you would say personal bijou that she possesses. And she gave me to you, so I can protect you and look out for you. So you can see, kid, that she really cares about you. Naruto blushed a little as he scratched his cheek. You really think so? He asked. Yeah, sure she does. Oh yeah, kid. I didn't tell you, but I can sense Zetsu, that Kaguya told you about. So, if we're near his location, I can sense him. And if I do, what are you going to say to him really? That you met his mother and that you're a part of the plan? Well, I'll figure it out. But for one thing, I have to find him and I need to talk to him. So kid, about fighting, what about it? Naruto asked. Well, me and you know about your powers now. You can also use the Bijou power inside of you. So what are you going to do on the battlefield? Are you going to expose all of that? And if you do, what are you going to tell them? Well, that's the problem. I am not going to tell them anything about Kaguya or anything like that. But I can't let myself get beaten down by someone who's weaker than me. So, these Akatsuki that I heard about, said Bonnie. Wait, you heard about? Are you listening to my conversations? I was sent here to watch over you and to make sure that you're safe. So I have to listen to your conversations to make sure that everything is alright. And I want to ask you something, kid. That guy, whose name is Sasuke, you never really told Kaguya what you're going to do when you face off against him again. Right now, you have the power to kill him, but I want to know, are you going to kill him? Naruto just looked up at the darkness. Well, Bonnie, you will see when that happens, he said. As Bonnie just looked at him, even I cannot tell what you are truly thinking, Naruto. You're a truly scary person. But anyways, whenever you need my power or my help, just let me know, said Bonnie, as he slowly faded away into darkness. As Naruto started to walk away, as he then arrived at Kurama's cell, as he saw Kurama still pinned down by the chains and still unconscious. He then walked up to the gate again, as he placed his hand on the gate, and a rush of power flowed into his body. This tailed beast, his power is like ultimate. It's like it can't run out, but it does get weakened, but it still builds up after a time. With this power and the power that I possess now, Naruto then snapped his eyes back open as he wakes up in the real world. After some time has passed, Sakura fully healed Kankuro, as Kankuro then explained to them what happened. Kankuro looked at Naruto as he was beyond shock, as he was there when Naruto died, as he asked Naruto what happened. Well, I came back to life, said Naruto. But continue their story, we'll talk about that later, as Kankuro told him about Gaara and the two Akatsuki members who took him. Well then, said Naruto as he stood up, we should go and get him back. But we don't know exactly where they are, said Sakura. Don't worry, we'll find them, said Naruto. As he then looked at Kakashi. Kakashi sensei, he said, if I remember correctly, you have a dog summoning, am I right? So can they track Gaara? Good idea, Naruto, said Kakashi as he ran through hand sign as he summoned Pakan and the group and told them to track and try to find the Akatsuki members and Gaara. As Pakan and the group nodded as they disappeared and went off. It took some time, but Pakan then arrived back as he told Kakashi that he found their hideout. It's been covered by a large rock in a cave. Alright group, said Kakashi as he stood to his feet. We have to go now. I am coming with you as well, said Kankuro as he tried to struggle to get up. No, you stay here. Don't worry, we'll get back Gaara, said Naruto. Well, I am coming with you, said Temari. No, you can't, said Baki. The village needs someone. The Kazekage is gone and your brother is still injured, so you need to stay here if anything bad shall happen. Temari grunted. But Naruto walked up to her as he placed a hand on her shoulder. She then looked at Naruto. As she looked at his eyes, there was something in his eyes that was so confident. "Don't worry, Temari," he said. "I'll get your brother back and make sure that he's safe." As she blushed a little, as she didn't understand why she was blushing. "Alright," she said. As Naruto then nodded, as he and his team started to walk away, when Lady Chiyo appeared. "Well, none of you can stop me from coming," she said, as she looked at Naruto, who just smiled at her. As she turned her head to Sakura, "If this person possesses a poison, you're going to need my help." As Sakura looked at Kakashi, "Alright, the more help the better," said Kakashi. As Chiyo nodded, as the group then said their goodbyes as they headed off. It took them a couple of minutes to come out of the sand as they arrived in a forest. As they were hopping from tree to tree, as Sakura is glancing over at Naruto, as she could feel that something is wrong, but she couldn't tell what it was. It is just his strange attitude. Lady Chiyo was also glancing over at Naruto, as she couldn't explain what she felt when she was about to attack Kakashi. The boy, he has something dark within him. She didn't understand what it was. She couldn't attack him for some reason. Her entire body froze. Skipping to an unknown location, "Itachi, Kisame," said a voice. As both Itachi and Kisame looked at the leader of the Akatsuki, "Both of you go and slow them down so the extraction process can be completed." As Itachi just closed his eyes, and so did Kisame. Back with Naruto and his group, when they arrived in the clearing, the fog got thick as suddenly two figures appeared out of nowhere. When the fog cleared, it was Itachi and Kisame, as Kakashi quickly stand his ground as he remembered the last time they came into the village for Naruto, and Itachi placed him under that genjutsu. "Damn it, this is bad," said Kakashi as he looked at his group. Sakura clenched her fist. "Itachi Uchiha, he's the person that Sasuke wants to kill," she said, while Naruto just remained totally calm. As Lady Chiyo noticed Itachi's eyes, she then looked at their cloaks. So these are the members of the Akatsuki, by those black cloaks with the red cloud, and his eyes. As she then looked down at the ground, those are the Sharingans. He is the one who wiped out his entire clan in one night. "So, you've heard of me," said Itachi. Kisame chuckled. "You don't have to act that way, you know, Itachi. It doesn't matter still. We're going to cut each of them down." "Remember what the leader said," said Itachi, as he looked at Kisame. Itachi then looked over at Naruto to see him perfectly calm, as Itachi was surprised. But he wasn't that surprised because Zetsu came back and told them what he found out, that the nine-tailed Jinchuriki is alive somehow, and none of them understand how he's alive. Itachi was surprised after hearing that Sasuke killed his best friend at the Valley of the End after Black Zetsu gathered the information. But here he is, standing in front of them. Kisame raised his hand over his shoulder as he pulled off Samihata. "So, that is a nine-tailed brat, huh? Yeah, I remember him now. He looks a bit different, older, but I can't forget that face and those whisker marks. So what do you know, he's still alive. But I guess we have to rough him up a bit, don't we, Itachi?" "We don't have to kill the others," said Itachi. "We only came here for the nine-tail, so let's take him and go." "You're always such a boring scout, Itachi. I want to have a bit of fun," said Kisame, as he flared up his chakra. He then rushed forward. Kakashi was the one who jumped in, as he brought up a kunai and blocked Samihata. But suddenly, the bandage tear away. As spikes appeared, Kakashi quickly jumped back, but his arm got caught by the spikes. You see, Samihata is a very special sword, and those who are not worthy cannot handle it. Kisame said, a smirk on his face, while Itachi just remained perfectly calm. Itachi was looking at Naruto as he could tell that something was up. Itachi scanned the others, seeing that the others are on edge, but Naruto, he was just so calm. Naruto then started to walk away as everyone turned their attention to him. He then went over to a grass field. "The air feels strange," said Naruto as he looked at Kisame and Itachi. Bonnie then made a mental link with him. "Hey kid," said Bonnie. "What is it?" Naruto asked. "Those two are not the real person. I felt something was strange." "So, what is going on here?" Naruto asked. "Well, it's some sort of technique. They're just using some of their power to make themselves be shown here. But trust me, they're not the real person. So don't waste your time on holding back on them. Just wipe them out. And also, kid, I sense Zetsu." "Really? Where?" "To the same direction that you're heading. He's there. So hurry up and deal with this." And with that, Bonnie caught the link. Naruto then disappeared. As everyone looked around, he then appeared behind Itachi, who quickly spun around as he looked Itachi directly in the eyes, as Itachi put him under a genjutsu. In the real world, all of them, Sakura, Lady Chiyo and Kakashi, watched Naruto as he was standing still under Itachi's genjutsu. "Kisame, it's time to go," said Itachi. "I have him under a genjutsu." Suddenly, chains break out of the ground as they wrapped around Itachi as they squeezed him tight. Kisame rushed forward over to Naruto as he brought Samihata down. Naruto's hand then got enveloped in red chakra as he grabbed Samihata. Chains then break out of the ground as well as they wrapped around Kisame, as neither of them could move as the chains started to suck on their chakra. Naruto then walked away as Kakashi had his Sharingan focused on Naruto, and he cannot explain where those chains come from, as Kakashi didn't know exactly what was going on. Bonnie then made a contact with Naruto. "So, you're going to show them a glimpse of your power?" he asked. "Why not?" said Naruto. As out of nowhere, shurikens and kunais appeared, surrounded Itachi and Kisame. There was hundreds of them. Naruto then snapped his fingers as they rained down on the both of them, impaling them from all over, as it came down in a storm. As his group was surprised. "What is going on?" asked Lady Chiyo. "I don't know," said Sakura, as Kakashi had his Sharingan on Naruto, and he cannot explain what is going on, where these objects are coming from. When all of the dust and everything cleared, Kisame and Itachi were on the ground, as it wasn't them anymore. Their bodies has changed into different people, showing that they were a fake. Kakashi then walked up to Naruto. "Naruto, you mind explaining what just happened?" But guys, we'll be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification stay posted. Remember to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also stay in tune, because after this, I'm going to be posting what if Naruto created his own village. So enjoy all of the love that what is coming your way. But I'm out for now, guys. Peace.